Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Social Security Post. In today's video, we're diving deep into the latest testimony from Social Security Commissioner Frank Bisignano. He recently spoke before a congressional subcommittee, sharing his vision for the future of the Social Security Administration, and there's a lot to unpack. From staffing challenges to fraud prevention, technology upgrades, and his thoughts on strengthening Social Security, we'll break down everything you need to know so you can stay informed about your benefits. Before we get started, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to Social Security Post for more clear, helpful updates. And if you have any questions about today's video or about Social Security in general, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be there personally to reply and help you out. Frank Bisignano opened his testimony by acknowledging the enormous responsibility he carries as the 18th Senate-confirmed Commissioner of the Social Security Administration. He reminded lawmakers and the American public that Social Security has been a cornerstone of financial protection for nearly 9 decades, offering a vital safety net to retirees, individuals with disabilities, and families who have lost a loved one. Bisignano emphasized his personal honor in serving this role, and he made clear that his top priority is ensuring that every American can count on secure, accurate, and timely services from Social Security. That means maintaining not only the monthly payments that millions rely on, but also providing respectful and efficient service across every touch point, whether online, by phone, or in person. He laid out his commitment to keeping Social Security strong for future generations, while acknowledging how complex and challenging running such a large agency can be. Bisignano expressed confidence that the SSA can modernize and adapt. He framed Social Security as an essential part of American life that deserves to be protected and strengthened, not neglected. This opening message from Bisignano was designed to set a tone of urgency, transparency, and commitment, which may help reassure beneficiaries who worry about funding cuts or poor service. However, as we will see later, he offered far fewer details about the exact reforms needed, which leaves many important questions still on the table. One of the key points Commissioner Bisignano highlighted was the array of challenges Social Security faces right now. He admitted that the agency has struggled with backlogs, technology failures, and frustratingly long phone wait times, making it harder for people to get the help they need. He called out unacceptable service levels, including outdated systems that sometimes take entire portions of the website offline for nearly 18% of the week. Bisignano pointed out that these problems are simply unacceptable, especially considering that Social Security impacts more than 72 million beneficiaries every year. Fixing these bottlenecks, he suggested, is an urgent mission. Beyond the day-to-day frustrations, Bisignano framed these challenges as a threat to the SSA's credibility. If people can't get timely answers or reliable information about their benefits, confidence in the program can start to erode. The commissioner promised that his leadership would focus on revamping outdated systems, eliminating unnecessary delays, and restoring trust among the American people. But he stopped short of explaining exactly how all this would happen in the near term, raising questions about whether his plans have enough funding or political support. In a system as massive as Social Security, even small failures can create big problems, which is why his commitment to better customer service will be closely watched in the coming months. Commissioner Bisignano repeatedly stressed that technology will be the backbone of the Social Security Administration's future. He described a plan to create what he called an operational turnaround for the agency, leveraging updated tech tools to provide faster, more reliable service. This means everything from improving website stability, ending scheduled downtime that cuts service to customers, to rolling out AI-powered phone systems that can answer basic questions more quickly. Bisignano explained that by upgrading their systems, Social Security could handle calls more efficiently, giving people quicker resolutions without forcing them to sit on hold for hours. He also insisted on meeting people where they are, acknowledging that while some seniors prefer using the phone, others are more comfortable online, and some still want to visit local field offices. This hybrid, flexible approach could help serve the diverse needs of beneficiaries across the country. However, he didn't go into detail about how these upgrades will be paid for, nor did he address concerns about seniors who struggle to use new technologies. While his vision sounded promising, many people will want to know if these improvements will truly work for everyone, not just the tech savvy, and whether field offices will stay open and well-staffed. Overall, Bisignano's plan paints a modernized future, but it is still missing key answers on how exactly these upgrades will be funded, managed, and implemented. A big part of Bisignano's speech focused on the SSA's workforce. He acknowledged that morale has been extremely low, with employee engagement rankings among the worst of any federal agency over the past 3 years. Bisignano wants to change that by giving workers better tools, clear direction, and recognition for their efforts. He expressed pride in the dedication of SSA employees, even mentioning his own father's government career as an example of public service, and promised to empower staff to do their best work. He suggested that motivated, well-equipped employees would translate to better experiences for Social Security recipients. But he also brought up the controversial topic of staffing levels. The SSA has lost thousands of employees in recent years through layoffs and budget cuts. Bisignano hinted that he'd like to see new hiring, but also noted that simply bringing on more workers isn't a silver bullet. He said the focus should be on performance, efficiency, and training, not just headcount. That creates a delicate challenge. You need enough staff to handle claims and answer phones, but you also need to be mindful of costs and avoid unnecessary spending. Bisignano's plan suggests a balancing act, boosting staff morale while keeping budgets under control. Many viewers will wonder if this can realistically be achieved, especially when political and financial pressures push in opposite directions. Fraud, waste, and abuse are words that always grab headlines when it comes to Social Security, and Commissioner Bisignano made sure to address them. He emphasized that fighting fraud is a top priority and cited efforts to modernize systems so fewer mistakes happen. He even took pride in rolling out some programs months ahead of schedule, such as the Social Security Fairness Act implementation. However, critics might notice that he did not share hard data about how widespread fraud actually is or how much money is being lost through abuse of the system. That leaves people questioning whether fraud prevention is worth the costs of staffing and investigations if fraud itself is relatively rare. In addition, Bisignano linked fraud prevention with technology upgrades, arguing that smarter systems can catch problems faster and improve accountability across the board. That's an ambitious goal, but there was little detail about how to balance protecting beneficiaries with avoiding unnecessary surveillance or over-policing. Many seniors already feel stressed navigating the system and fear unfair denials or delays, so aggressive fraud controls could cause even more frustration if poorly designed. Overall, while the message about fighting fraud sounds good on paper, Bisignano will need to deliver more concrete numbers and details in the future to build real confidence among the public. Perhaps the most significant gap in Bisignano's testimony was the lack of discussion on long-term Social Security reform. He supported protecting and strengthening benefits in line with President Trump's promises, but did not go into detail about what strengthening really means. Reform is a sensitive word, but the reality is that in about 8-9 years, Social Security faces a funding shortfall that could lead to painful cuts if nothing changes. Past commissioners like Martin O'Malley were much more willing to say openly that Congress needs to step up now before those cuts happen. Bisignano, in contrast, seemed to tiptoe around the issue. While it's reassuring to hear no cuts are planned in the short term, many retirees want to hear a concrete plan to protect the program for future generations. Does strengthening mean raising taxes, reducing benefits, increasing the retirement age? Bisignano did not address these critical questions. Instead, he focused on customer service, technology, and fraud prevention, which are important, but don't solve the program's long-term met. This silence leaves seniors and future retirees wondering how safe their benefits really are in the years to come, and it suggests that bigger conversations with Congress will be absolutely essential, and soon. Throughout his testimony, Commissioner Bisignano laid out a hopeful modern vision for Social Security, but he left behind a trail of unanswered questions. For example, what exactly will the technology upgrades cost, and how soon will they be fully rolled out? How will the SSA protect beneficiaries who still need in-person support? Will there be enough trained staff to handle complicated claims? And most importantly, how do we solve the looming funding shortfall that threatens the future of Social Security for everyone? These are questions that people want answers to now, not years down the road. It's one thing to promise modernization and service improvements. It's another to deliver on those promises while balancing budget realities and serving a vulnerable population. In the next phase, where members of Congress begin grilling the commissioner with questions, hopefully we'll hear more clarity on these topics. For now, the message is clear. Social Security is in a period of change, and people relying on it need to stay informed, stay vocal, and keep holding leaders accountable. If you're watching this and have your own thoughts on how Social Security should change, please share them in the comments below. Your voice truly matters. That wraps up our deep dive on Commissioner Bisignano's testimony and what it could mean for your Social Security benefits. Are you confident about the future of Social Security after hearing these plans, or are you still concerned? Please let us know in the comments. We'd love to feature your insights in an upcoming video. And if you found today's discussion helpful, please like this video and subscribe to Social Security Post for more updates and explanations on Social Security topics that matter to you. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.